just did a wheelie in front of a cop car. So guys, today I was out on the Mayday motorcycle run with Gasoline Alley. I've been doing some work with recently, and just documenting a little bit of the day really. They've got a load of footage on their bikes, so there will be a video on their YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that one. I shall post links later. But using the Sony RX10 Mark IV just because it's so usable for this sort of situation. Day out, massive zoom with loads of options of functionality. So shooting video with the RX10 Mark IV, I had the camera in intelligent active stabilisation, which only works in 50p in HD, which is fine really in the real world. Works really nicely, it's pretty smooth. Obviously locking the camera into f4, so basically I had a constant exposure as I zoomed in and out, but worked really nicely. Autofocus was in either wide, or I toggled it into a centre, small centre, so I could lock onto things between other cars and other bikes and stuff, which worked really nicely. Spider-Man. So shooting 50 frames a second, I slowed it down a little bit here, sort of 60% basically. So it gives you a little bit of slow motion, a little bit smoother looking things. Someone doing a little wheelie there. Brave on the cat's eyes anyway. Then the scooter boys had a go. Oh, there he goes. Which was quite amusing. The smoke coming out of that one was pretty horrendous. Yeah, really friendly, a lot of guys, everyone waving at each other and stuff, which was really cool. Having the clear image zoom turned on in a video is really helpful as well, because obviously it gives you a bit more extra room for a bit more reach, which is really nice as well. Yeah. And then round the roundabout and then come back up into Hastings. Okay. And then we're not sure. That's alright. I've got shitloads of stuff anyway, so gets a little video going. I've got quite a bit of footage anyway, so yeah. guys, so this shot here was a really quick one out of the car window just before I got out of the car, so it's not quite in focus. For some reason it went for the vehicle behind me. But yeah, basically I locked the RX10 Mach 4 at ISO 400, around about 1,000th of a second, and f4, just for use, basically. One for video, because obviously if I lock it at f4, as you come back to 24mm, it's not going to creep back into f2.4, which obviously changes your exposure. The light was basically constant, sort of thinnish cloud. So basically, as you can see here, the light and everything was actually quite good. I've turned up all the clarity and added a little bit of grain to the images because it kind of suits it. I didn't want them too clean. Sort of the biker scene's quite rough and ready, isn't it? So it does look quite cool having more slightly grainy looks to the shots. The video wise, it was amazing actually. It worked really well, that camera. I had it in intelligent active stabilizations, that's why it's quite smooth, but unfortunately you can only shoot at 50p 1080p, so that's fine. For YouTube, absolutely fine. Obviously ideally it would have been nice to be in 4K, but it absolutely works absolutely brilliantly. Really pleased on the shots. Even the bokeh, shooting at 600mm equivalent, it really gave me lots of scope, and also as I could back it out to sort of 24mm if I needed to, as bikes got closer, or I wanted to do sort of full size, full wide, images as well compared to zoomed in things like this. I also focused working on sunglasses, through goggles. Even when I couldn't even see their eyes, it was sort of picking them up, which is quite cool. This guy here with a pipe was amazing. Just an old BMW, pipe on, his mouth, just looked really cool. Some of these are cropped in quite heavily just to kind of give you a look into what the images might look like if I'd cropped in, for myself. Especially this one here, but that's quite cool. Some of the reflective visors were wicked. It just worked really nice. It's just a shame the light was a bit dull, it was just very overcast basically. But as you can see, a heavy crop in, that's 100% crop in, and then as I back out in a second, you'll see the rest of the image there. So the RX10 does have quite a good ability to crop a little bit if you want to. Obviously you can resize images and in Photoshop and stuff like that, enhance it and stuff. Someone's guy's jacket here with the Route 6 1066 cafe and the old 1066 ride outs. Lots of different things there where the guys obviously been doing. The heat haze coming on the exhaust from behind, that's why the bokehs looks a little bit strange. That's all heat from the exhaust just making a sort of ripply effect. This thing here is very odd but kind of quirky, which is pretty crazy. Trike armoured up, kind of, not really sure exactly. Young lady here, pink helmet, quite cool bike as well. Just really interesting, and actually a massive eye-opener on the types of bikes there are out there. For me, I'm obviously not a motorcyclist, and it's just a total mass of different types, shapes, sounds that they make, from the scooter boys to the big massive Harley Davidsons and the real fast big over 1,000cc sort of sports bikes and stuff. This was cool. That helmet cover there was pretty cool. As you can see there, all heat haze in the distance, but the lights on and everything really added a bit of interest to the photos as well, I thought. I desaturated a lot of them because there's a lot of LEDs and stuff like that, which some are really white, some were really blue, some were really yellow, and I just sort of tweaked it a little bit to make it suit. This guy's looks like a scary were-rabbit or something. But like I say, camera performed brilliantly. And this shot here was actually one of my favourites from the day, because it just shows you the curvature of the road and the bike leaning, because it was just coming around a car, which you can't see. Yeah, and black and white works quite nicely as well. Unfortunately, obviously, a few people got pulled over, that I saw anyway, and obviously there was plenty more like that happened. That obviously people either taking a few extra risks that obviously people don't want to fall off and hurt themselves or worse. Unfortunately, a couple of ambulances went flying past, so I can imagine. Sadly, there was obviously some injuries as well. So lots of respectful bikers out there just having fun and enjoying the ride and everything like that. Really lovely people actually. Everyone there was really friendly. As you can see in the videos further back, there was people waving at each other and other people, so it's just really nice. Really nice day out. And I didn't even go into Hastings at all. to see all the sort of, I'd imagine it was anywhere between 20 and 30,000 motorcycles down in Hastings. It was absolutely manic what I saw, and that was just on the A21. So yeah, really good day. Just saying, if the sun was out, it would have been nicer, but unfortunately can't have everything, can we? But yeah, the RX-10 Mark IV performed brilliantly. The only downside was me doing a burst. I was trying to keep my burst short, and then I'm having to wait before I can push the video button so I'm recording. I did have the GoPro on top of the camera as well, so it allowed me to do obviously two angles at once, one with video as well. So that kind of got me around a lot of it, but it was quite nice that the fact that I could do video clips with obviously stills properly as well. So yeah, like I say, absolutely fabulous camera, really. You know, consider it's been around since 2017, this version. Yeah, still performing brilliantly. Obviously I could shoot and sort the images out and actually have them super clean, but like I said before, I personally didn't really want that look. I kind of went for the sort of desaturated, bit grainy, almost looking towards film kind of style, a little bit. Just thought it suited that kind of scene that I was actually going for. So anyway, don't forget to go and click on the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. Go and check out the Gasoline Alley Speed Shop as well, because I'm doing loads of work with those guys. Absolutely fabulous place to obviously get your bikes done and stuff like that if you ever want a custom motorcycle made. And there will be a video from those guys as well on their YouTube channel and probably on Instagram, bits and pieces, because they had GoPros on the motorbikes as well. So I'm sure I'll be putting some clips together for them to post shortly. So keep an eye out for those. I'll see you soon.